Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. What's up? Please reel in the peace, though. Seriously.
I don't do, it's not that I know that I do it. I'm just
when
speaking.
When you feel just be more aware.
No, otherwise it's going to take me out of me, and no one wants me to be out of me. We always want authentic Bethany.
I don't even know what that
Oh, shit. Someone just rhyme. Did a fat-ass rhyme.
Bethany.
And Sean. We are a couple of nuts talking.
I ate some caramels and they're stuck in my teeth and stuff.
Honey, it's 10 in the morning. What are you doing eating caramels? Are you serious?
Yeah, look.
And you wonder why your little candies are always gone.
I know.
Because you eat them all day, every day.
But now we're getting more bags.
I've never seen anybody eat as much sugar as you. Besides Michael, your stepdad, drinking Diet Coke, I've never seen anybody consume as much sweets that you do.
You're welcome.
What's going on, nuts?
What up, monies?
Hey, everybody. ACON Podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. And then you got to go ahead and you got to subscribe and like and share it with your friends and give us all that good love. Give me all your motherfucking
For the love of Jesus, spread us.
And we love Jesus.
We do. But spread us to your friends and your family and anyone else who wants to smile or giggle or laugh. Why is your wedding ring on the table?
Oh, shit. You saw that?
I did see that.
Whoa.
What is happening right now?
Well, that's why I brought you here today, honey. We've got to talk about that. I just took it off to give my finger a breather.
I was
Look
like,
at the mark on it. Like, I've been
honey,
wearing
you
this
gained
thing
weight.
solid.
No, it's because you gained weight.
I've not gained weight.
Sweet love of mine.
Okay.
You were gaunt at our wedding.
It's because, I was on Kratom.
You were on
I've been
Kratom.
wearing this thing solid for a year and a half.
Yeah.
You never take
I mean,
years off? You take
no.
years off sometimes.
No, I've taken it like off once or twice to exchange it for the engagement ring when we go out.
For that bomb-ass ring, son. That's a
But-
fire-ass fucking old-school money ring.
Can I just tell you that my caramel ball is sitting right here and I want to eat it so bad?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
But now we started the podcast and it would sound weird and get stuck in my teeth and it's like a whole thing. Just like when I was bomb-ass rhyming in the beginning, I couldn't finish because it gets all my spit going and it was all stuck in my teeth and I couldn't
Yeah, you could hear you smacking your lips.
continue.
You hear you smacking your little
I feel like I
lips.
can't see it anymore. I have to hide it.
Yeah, give it to me.
Ugh, my face. No, don't eat it.
I'm not going
I
to
don't
eat it.
have
I'm going to
any.
get out of your periph.
Yeah. Please. You don't have to do it every time. Exactly. See, God's getting you back for doing that. Inauthentic laugh.
Oh, my God. We have a lot of fun here, don't we? Oh, man. So much has happened since we last talked to you. Saw you guys. Talked to you guys.
Yeah, talk.
Since you guys last listened to us.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
You know, that was a lesson today you had to learn also while speaking to the insurance adjuster. So a girl hit us a few days ago.
Well, that's another that's just one of many things that have happened.
Right, but Sean has a tendency, I don't know if you check out of your brain, but she hit us and he was talking as though we hit her.
No, I wasn't. Okay, so what happened was we were driving in Burbank to go look at some furniture. And we were on a street called Buena Vista Street, and we were going to hang a right on Olive Street. So on our side of the street going southbound, there's 3 lanes. There's 2 straightaway lanes, and then when you come close to the intersection, a 3rd lane opens up, which is a right-hand turn lane.
Even has a right arrow in it.
And a right arrow in it, and it's separate. It's a separate lane. So we get in that lane, and then right when we're about to turn right, there's this chick next to us who decides she wants to turn right all of a sudden from the straightaway line. Boom, smashes right into us. Ground up, grinding against our car and shit. Very sexual.
Whole side of her car.
And then our car, other side of the car smashed into the curb, whatever. And so I talked to the insurance adjuster finally today, who was really hard to get a hold of. Seems like they really don't want to
Oh my God.
do what they want.
I
what they're
seriously
supposed
called
to do.
5 times minimum. I don't know how many times you called.
So did I, but I
Voicemail
didn't
every
say. All I said was what Bethany's referring to is when she hit us, and then she continued to move forward. So our car scraped against the side of her car because she was driving after she hit us, and then she drove forward. So
right,
we
but
were scraping
on the
her.
phone you
That's
said.
what I said.
No, I
That's
was
what
right
I
next
said,
to you.
verbatim.
No, it's definitely not verbatim at
Word
all.
for word.
No. Sean said, we were trying to turn right, and she hit us when she turned right, and then
I said she was in the straightaway lane, and then she decided to make a right.
And then our car hit her along the side,
That's not what I
scraped
said.
along
Oh,
the
no.
side.
I wish we could we should
was
call this guy
recorded.
and get
It's
the recording,
recorded.
because that is not what I said.
Sean, I was sitting right next to you, and I was cringing.
You were half
and
awake.
I was.
You
no,
were
it
half
wasn't.
awake. It was
That's
7
a
in the
lie.
morning.
That's a lie. I was completely awake. I had been awake. I don't know.
I don't know who you are
Hold
right
on.
now. I don't know who you
Before
are
we
anymore, and
actually
that's
get
why
in
the
an
ring was
argument-
off.
Hold on. Before
That's why
we-
the ring was off.
Look at me. Look at me. Because I'm being serious. Before we actually get in a fight on the podcast, here's what I want you to know.
Podcast. It's a podcast. Podcast.
This ring's coming off too.
Okay.
But honestly, look at me.
Yeah.
I don't like when you lie. I
not
don't
lying.
like it. I don't think it's funny. Remember, we've had this
I'm
conversation.
not lying.
I was not half asleep. I had
Okay,
been
I was
away.
joking about
I know,
you being half
but
asleep,
here's the thing.
honey.
Here's the thing. You're on a podcast in a
Can
microphone.
you stop with the peas, please?
They don't. No, because that's your punishment now.
Oh,
that's
God.
your punishment.
Jesus.
Is that you lie and people don't know you're kidding. And
Honey,
I don't like to be misrepresented.
You don't know what people think, first of all, but I
don't.
guarantee you they know that we're joking more than all of the time. Okay. Anyways, so that's what she was
how you
referring to.
know
I never said that
he's
we
stuck.
hit the girl. I said the
You
girl
did.
hit us,
Nope.
smashed into us,
You said
and then our car scraped the
right.
side because she was driving forward
Right, but
after
that's all
hitting
you
us.
say. That's all you say.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
My
matter.
point to this is this. How many times before this happened did I say she was going to turn right? Am I psychic? Like,
Well,
seriously.
Well, now I think we need to pause it because it sounds like we're at fault and we're taking blame because you're making it sound like we knew it was going to happen, but we went through with it anyways.
No. This is, look, it was like a time travel thing. It didn't happen yet. We were waiting for the light to change.
Okay, hold
and
on
I
a second.
said,
Yeah, so, okay.
yeah. By the way, he just stopped the podcast
I
in
had to,
fear of
Because it sounded like we were
us being incriminating
ourselves.
ourselves.
Even
No,
though she's clearly at fault and she admitted fault and we have it all on film.
we have it on film. Like, that's dead and gone. But if we go back into the car, how cool was it? Like, accident aside, no one got hurt, whatever. How cool. There's several cool things about this. The first thing is, guys, when we were sitting at the light, I told Sean, I go, this bitch is going to turn right. And he was like, no, she's not. I was like,
Well, we were behind her.
right. But we're at the light. Like,
Yeah.
we're at the light.
You didn't say that until we were in the right-hand turn lane.
Yeah.
And then we were right by her. That's
right.
when you said
Well, it
that.
all happened really fast, but it was like, she's here. We can't show it on the podcast. But anyways, my point is 3 times before it happened, I go, this bitch is going to turn right. She's going to turn right.
You did say.
And Sean was like, no, she's not. She's in the straight lane. I was like, she's going to turn right. I don't know what it was. My gut was on fire. And I think I said, stop. She's going to turn right.
She did.
And you know how Sean is, and being a man, he can't help it. He was just like, nah. And he just started driving. Now, still not our fault. She was turning right illegally. But I said it 3 times. And had you just stopped,
Yeah.
we would not have gotten hit. But here's the beautiful part about us.
It all happened for a reason.
It all happened for a reason
son.
because we had this scratch that Sean had done against a curb that I can't stand. It's like this weird, it's at the bottom of the car, but it's just so bothersome to me. It was a brand new car when it happened. And we got paint for it to try and cover it up. And let me tell you, he's now off duty for paint on the car.
I'm
He's
so
terrible.
good at touching
The
up
first
paint.
time he did it was a
Stop.
wrong color.
I'm so good at it.
It was 5 shades too
I
dark.
didn't know I had to shake the bottle the first time.
The
now I
second-
know, and I've rectified it.
Okay, well, it looked like a fucking art project in a kindergarten
It did.
class.
Yeah,
It looked
it
worse.
did.
It looked like he tried to paint some sort of logo or design onto. Yeah, no, he just ate my caramel.
Keep
I don't have
talking
that many,
shit, son.
and I won't get them till you go back to work. So look, when we were getting hit by her, Sean was turning more right to get away, and what it did is the curb hit the whole same section, but
you know,
up
you
closer.
We keep saying that I turn right. Honey, she hit us so hard, she just knocked us into the curb.
Right. I'm just saying, like, either way.
I wasn't turning anywhere. I was stopped at that point.
Yeah. That's awesome. I don't care. My whole point is the part that I hate got hit.
Yeah.
And now that whole part's going to be
No.
repaired.
Do you think they're going to replace the whole thing, or they're just going to say they can
They have
buff it
to.
down and paint over it?
No, they have to still do the whole panel to do it because it's got to match.
That's true.
No matter what. No matter
Now,
what.
do you think? Sorry for chewing. Like
Yeah,
this,
that's
everybody.
why I didn't eat it, and now you're eating it, and I could have eaten it.
It's so delicious.
Isn't it?
Oh my
No, do
God.
not start eating my chocolate.
I think I'm gonna eat the whole bag.
No, go. What were you gonna say?
Do you think that they're going to, when we take it to the, what are they called? The crash specialist or whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to think that
Crash
we
specialist.
that we did something because of the previous damage, because they're obviously going to see the previous damage. Do you think that they're going to think that we did something so they replace that?
It's none of my business. I don't care.
I know,
The
but there's
fact
nothing they
is,
can do,
the
right? They can't
truth
be like,
is-
no, you
No.
guys, we see that there's some previous damage here, so we can only do so much here.
No, absolutely not, because the other new damage is there. Like,
Yeah.
that's matter of fact. We're
Yeah.
not even going to mention the other.
We should go do that today.
We are when we're done with this.
Okay.
But no, I'm so excited. Like, I think, like, we got to do this anyways. And now the whole car is going to look pristine. And we've been taking a lot of road trips and we're getting these, like, nicks, like, from big ass rocks and whatnot. And just like a week ago, you're like, look at these new
Yeah, I
ones. And
found
they were
two
so
little
big.
new little nicks.
And now that's the section that's going to be repaired.
That's pretty wild.
Brand new.
I mean, when you think about things like that in life and the timing of everything, we were having our carpets in our apartment replaced that day. So there was multiple times. We had already left once earlier, I think, to go get, and we got a car wash like an hour before the
We got a
accident
car.
happened.
What a waste.
And then we were going into Burbank. Just the timing of everything for us to be right then and there when that happened.
Yeah,
It's just crazy.
it is. And if we recall, how many times did I say I didn't want to leave?
Yeah. Bethany didn't want to leave. We had the cats locked up in the bathroom because we had these two dudes ripping up the carpet.
And I said they're going to go in there. And guess what they did when we got home?
They did.
They were in there.
They went in there and we said, hey, just be careful. Our cats are in here.
I'm not trying to brag, but
Yeah, you're psychic, babe. I get it.
I'm not even claiming psychicity.
What?
I don't know. I made it up. I'm saying, though, it's pretty incredible since I've gotten rid of
women's
the
intuition,
fluoride.
honey. Women's
Oh,
intuition.
mine's always been on fire.
Is it women's intuition or woman's intuition?
I guess if there's more than one woman you're talking about, like if you think all women are intuitive, which I don't.
I
mean,
don't
I
think
think they're
that.
innately, but I don't think they know how to channel it. So then it's just
Really?
your woman's
Even the ones that
intuition.
are out there and fucking turn it up in a club, fucking Jersey Shore. You think they're like intuitively
I
thinking
definitely
about
don't
things
think their pineal gland is on fire. No, I
because
think
of the
it's
alcohol,
dead.
or just the type of person they are.
Look at if they're doing that, they are on an exterior. External something. So alcohol, drugs, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and then they're not sleeping. They're going to bed late. You know,
Yeah.
clubs are open till whatever hours, and then like what else are we doing? See, I'm of the. I don't know. I'm very different though. Like I'm not the partier. I want to make things and do things and create stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm always in that. And so if I think about that, yeah, is it fun? But I could do that for an hour totally
Well, you
sober.
do a little cocaine and perk 10s every now and again, babe.
I have never
Just
done
kidding, everybody.
either.
That's me.
Yeah,
That
it is.
is me, man. Oh, Percocets.
Could you imagine me on anything?
I used to take like 60 fucking Vicodins a day.
Yeah.
You know, there was a point in my addiction where I was taking so many pills, throwing up was just a normal thing for me.
Yeah, and then you'd eat it.
I
to
would
throw
say,
up.
yeah, and I've shared on here before, but yeah, I'd wake up in the morning sick, and then I'd go get my pills, and I'd take my first dose, and I was so sick, like, I'd gag them up, because I usually did about anywhere from like 5 to 10 at a time in my mouth. I'd chew them up, and then luckily I didn't get all of them chewed up, and I swallowed a couple whole ones, because then I would throw up, and then I'd find a couple of the whole ones in my vomit, and I'd pick those out, and I'd eat them again.
Okay, we don't need to rehash the story, but if you'd like to hear it, it's in one of our past episodes. But could you imagine me on drugs? Like, I'm already,
No.
like, especially, like, any upper. I mean, I definitely don't need any more uppers.
No.
And I mean, I guess downers, I'd just be asleep. But
I mean, I remember a couple years ago when I think you took an edible because you were dealing with depression and anxiety and stuff like that, and you just started laughing hysterically at the
At a
the
bank.
bank that one
Yeah,
time.
yeah. And
That
I was
was
crying.
adorable.
That's a video we have on somewhere. See, I think it's on my Instagram if you want to watch it.
Probably is. I just got a notification that our camera down by the mailboxes went off.
Oh,
Hold on a second.
let's talk about that yesterday.
Well, so much has happened since we last talked. Not only did the car accident happen, but Bethany got a speeding ticket.
I did.
Didn't you?
Yeah, but I would like to say that the cop for sure lied. So here's what happened.
Well, passenger princess wasn't the passenger. She was behind the wheel, and I was being a passenger prince, doing what I do best. And my little baby got a
Yeah, you know what he was doing? He was recording the sky, talking about like, these clouds are cartoons. Why do the clouds look like
The
cartoons?
clouds have been looking crazy.
And then you saw two suns.
Oh, there was crazy
know if
clouds.
that was earlier.
No, there was chemtrails. A lot
Oh,
of chemtrails
that day. Yeah, it was chemtrails that day.
I'm always watching the sky.
But that's what he was doing. But just so we can, let me just tell you what happened, and then we'll give you what the cop said.
Ooh, your nips are hard right now.
I'm cold. My hands, look at my hair's all wet.
Make it a little sucker. Baby
Okay.
wants some milk.
Are you the baby?
I'm the baby.
Oh,
Sucking on
because
the
you
nips.
also call me baby.
I'm the bearded baby.
Just recently, you came home and you were like, "Daddy is blah blah blah," and I was
Zaddy.
like, "No, you said Daddy at first,
And then I said Zaddy.
"Well, because I explained what Daddy is," and then I said, "Nah, it's Zaddy." But it made me cringe. I was like, "Absolutely not. I have zero Daddy wantings."
Honey,
in
it was
that
a
department.
joke. I never refer to myself as
I
daddy.
said that
seriously.
one time. I said that one time.
Okay, so let's talk about when you
Oh
broke
my
the law and you
God.
got a speeding ticket a couple weeks
Hold
ago.
on, I
Now,
gotta
I've
see.
never
I gotta
gotten a
get this
speeding
ring off.
ticket. Yeah.
Um,
Just want to let that be known. I've never gotten a speeding ticket, but whenever I drive, rest assured, my wife loves to save our lives constantly, letting me know that there's a car 200 feet away from us.
Do you know what I love about your story you're saying right now? Guess who could have saved us from an accident? Me.
No,
So
we wouldn't have been there
now
at
that
that
I've
exact time.
had multiple in a row showcases of what I say happening,
Yeah.
okay, right before our eyes, I think we can squash the idea that I'm actually not saving our lives. I am foreshadowing, I'm foreseeing, something is happening. My psychic abilities, my intuition is on fire.
Yeah, it wasn't when this
we're
cop pulled you
Gonna
over,
listen.
though.
No, we are very distracted about the sky and what was going on.
Yeah.
But anyways,
And we saw him earlier. We passed the CHP and we marked it on the ways and everything because somebody had already done it. So we what is that when you say yes, it's there? It was one of the other people.
reiterated it,
I guess that what it is. Confirmed it. We confirmed it. It was still there.
reaffirmed.
I don't know if it was the same guy though.
No, who knows? But here's what was happening. I was driving with the flow of traffic.
Yeah.
I was in the what's that called?
Carpool lane.
When there's lots. Yeah, carpool lane. Somebody came in with their blinker. Oh no, they had their blinkers on in the
They had their hazard lights on, and they were going like 50 miles per
50
hour.
miles an hour on a 70, right? It's a 65,
65.
70 lane. And I was just going with the flow of traffic. I had people behind me. I had one guy in front of me. And then there was a guy, I mean, who knows if they're guys. There was a person in a like truck, like small
Like
pickup.
a Jeep or an SUV. or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that had their blinkers on, who was going really, really slow. So the guy in front of me crossed the double yellows.
No, the guy that was driving the cross lines was in like an SUV. The little car with the hazard was a little old guy in like a little Toyota Corolla or something like that. Not
Oh,
that
it
that
looked like it
matters,
had a
but-
ton of shit in it, like a truck, like
No.
a small SUV.
No.
Okay, either way, here you tell it then.
Well, yeah. So we're driving, and then hazard lights are on. The person in front of us gets out of the
Crosses the double
crosses
yellow.
the double yellow line. So then we follow suit too because it's fucking dangerous. There's 50 mile per hour in the carpool lane, and the guy in front of us gets back in the carpool lane, and then we accelerate and we go faster, and then we
Right, to get around the
we
guy.
get around that guy, and then we get back in the carpool lane, and then we're driving.
And just so you know, the guy who was in front of us sped away, like way faster than us. There was
Right, but we ended up passing him and getting in the carpool lane in front of him.
in front of the guy who
Yes,
was in front of me.
yes,
Oh well,
we did. So, but whatever. He crossed over, then we crossed over, and then we're going about our business. And then we see that there's a CHP in the carpool lane all of a sudden behind us, and he lights us up.
And we get over, and it's this whole fancy dance we have to do because he doesn't want us to pull over on the highway. And we get out, and he strolls up, and he's just...
How do they expect you to hear you when they're talking on
I
their
have
little
no
microphone?
idea.
And it's fucking, you're on a freeway, and it's just loud noise everywhere.
I kept having to look at Sean for translation because I was like, what is he saying? He's like, I think he's saying get off. I was like, okay. Because it also looks like I'm eluding if I keep driving. So because I initially just was like, I'll just pull over right here.
You know, we definitely back the blue. I'm not going to lie, though. I'm kind of backing away from the blue.
I
as
am
of
too.
Lately.
Well, and given this, then he comes to our window and he goes, "You were driving 95." I was like, I started laughing. I was like, 90, like,
you know, you're driving 95, and that's how people die, right? And
right. He's like,
asking
you
us,
could
like,
kill
coulda-
people.
Like we were murderers all of a sudden. We're
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
He was like, you could kill. That's how people die, and you could have killed people.
He went from 0 to 100 real quick. Speaking of
did.
speed, and you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yeah. Okay.
I just come up with this stuff, people.
Okay. So, anyways, I go, I wasn't driving 95. And he was like, he didn't say I was or I wasn't. He goes, you can kill people at
Right.
that speed. So, in other words,
So you're a murderer now.
I'm a murderer. But he also didn't like answer or in the conversation because I said, I definitely wasn't going that. I might not have said definitely. I was like, I was not going that fast. And I was like, I was with the flow of traffic. And
we were, and then there was another car that crossed over, and he chose us.
he chose us, but that's what I'm saying because that other car was going faster. They were
Right.
gone.
Now, we made the mistake of not filming immediately.
Yes.
When
I was so
this
mad.
was happening. We've been watching lots of clips of people filming, and we've been following this whole state, national, sovereign citizen type thing. We're not at all educated on it. We know the basics of it, but nowhere near enough to start saying stuff because they
Right.
can just arrest you and then whatever.
So my understanding was like, look at what you're signing. Don't sign. Once you sign it, you're complying. You're saying, yep, whatever he says. But hold on, we're going too fast. So he says this, and then he's like, oh, you're Illinois, which I already know you're an uneducated person. If you don't know that the S is silent in Illinois, did you go to school? Does no one teach the states anymore?
I will give him this, that he was kind of giving you a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, thinking that you're from another state and maybe you don't know the California laws. Or maybe he was being condescending.
No, he
and
was being condescending.
passive-aggressive. Okay, never mind. Fuck him.
Because I said, when he said you were going 95, I go, I was not going 95. Or I let him finish. He goes, you're going 95 and you crossed the double yellow lines. And he said, you can't do that. And I said, yeah, I crossed the double yellow lines because of the guy who cut me off.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he saw it.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I know. He's like, that's
he
why.
knew that there was another car that crossed over the double yellow lines at all. We just happened to be going faster than that car, so he chose us.
I mean, we were all together. I don't understand
We
how
were
we were
going with the
faster.
flow of traffic. Granted, the fact that we crossed the double lines, which happens all the time, and it's a lot
it
of
happened.
single riders that cross the double line to get into the carpool lane. He chose. So technically there was a traffic infraction that happened, which gave him the right, supposedly, to pull us over. And we were going with the flow of traffic. We were just going faster than the other guy that did it, so he chose us.
I don't know how fast that guy was going, but the guy in the double yellow who crossed
We
the
were
lines,
ahead of them. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
no. But the guy who cut us off with hazards, or, because of the hazard guy, that guy should have been pulled over. He was going 50 miles an hour. He also crossed, and he had hazard lights on in the carpool lane.
Yeah.
That's all, that's three things. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. And you could have caught up with him in a second.
Yeah.
And doesn't choose to take him out.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, unless you saw somebody else in that car, the one who also crossed the double yellows, it was a single rider. It was a single rider in that car.
I didn't see at that point.
Well, that also is another thing. And it's like,
Hazard like guy was a little old guy with his little
Yeah.
old wife.
Yeah.
God bless them. Hope they're okay. But
they're fine. They got nothing wrong with them, and they did how many things illegally. So,
So I could feel it, and I know Bethany wanted to.
Oh,
she wanted to mouth off real bad, and she started to, not
I
push
stuck
back.
up for myself.
Yes, you didn't push back in an aggressive way. You asked I'd like to see the gun, please, the radar gun. Oh no, I gauged you. However they
my
called
car's
it.
collaborate.
Yeah, he said he
it's
gauged it.
What did he say? It's
I don't
calibrated.
remember. Yeah.
Calibrated.
Well, first he said I forgot the technical term where he gauged us by the speed that he was going is
he
how he
calibrated
gauged the speed that we were going, and then he told us that his car was calibrated, which I don't. Okay,
it's garbage.
Where's the
Garbly
physical
gook.
evidence of the number
Right.
where you saw us? But he didn't have that.
And I had to ask several times because he kept giving the same answer. And so at the end, to cap it off, I go, okay, so you don't have anything.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
So she was snippy, and then when he comes back, he runs because Bethany does have an Illinois license and Illinois insurance, and
I'm from
license
Illinois,
plate
and I have a
she's
place
from
there.
Illinois, and she lives back and forth. It took him a minute to run this stuff, and then he comes back, and then he makes it like they always do. He made it like he was doing us a favor.
Oh,
like,
he was so sweet.
So I'm not gonna get you for the double lines or the speed that you were going. I'm just gonna say you were going 75.
No.
this
He
and that.
wrote on there though.
But he did. Everything's
Greater-
written out on the camera.
Everything.
on
It
the
says
ticket.
everything. I was traveling at 95. I
Crossed
crossed
the
the double lines.
Yeah.
And then under speed, it said greater than 75. So he lied again. But he also, what I'm mad about the lie is
Jackboot thug.
when he says how fast we're going. I have never gone that fast in my life. That's that seems terrifying to go that fast. And then wait, how could somebody who was in front of me and go faster than me? So you're telling me that at the flow of traffic, everybody's going 95 miles an hour and somebody's going fast enough to get in front of me and cut me
We've
off?
maybe gone that speed when we're driving to Arizona or something like that on the 2-lane highway where there's no speed limit.
Absolutely not. Not 95.
I have.
Oh, well, I haven't. I don't want to go
No,
95.
I don't think you have. I definitely have, but
No fucking way.
not in the city or anything like that.
No,
It's like a 2-lane. But that's besides the point.
it is.
So this
Well, I don't know
Jackboot
why you're
thug-
bringing you
Just
up in
because
this.
it's all about me all the time.
I know. But my point of the lie that I couldn't stand, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't like any lies. But you looking bold face at me going, you were going 95. And me going, no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
And him going, you were and he kept repeating
Right.
it. And then not only did he repeat it, but he would say how that's how people are killed.
Yeah.
That's how people on motorcyclists are killed. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, what is happening right now?
What is
There
this
was
killing
zero
happening?
motorcyclists
Like,
on the
what
road.
is- Yeah.
There was not even that much traffic.
He's
There
talking
was
about
enough
people
traffic.
dying. And honestly, I don't really think he cares about people dying.
He
I'm
definitely
not gonna
doesn't.
lie.
By the way, he had to speed up because if he was planted somewhere,
Oh, he was flying through
he
everybody
had to be
get
going.
up to us. Had to.
If I'm going 95,
Had
if
to.
he's accurate and I'm going 95, do you know how fast he motherfucking had to go if he was at a
like
standstill?
195.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's the one who's violent on the road?
Right.
That would
And
be
he definitely
you.
crossed over double lines
And
because
he
he had to
crossed-
get into
yep.
the carpool lane, and he was a single fucking rider on
So-
top of it.
I can't with this system. I think that it's completely broken. And I even opened up the conversation with thank you for your service because, by the way, policemen, and again, you could listen to past episodes. Sean and I are go blue. Like we were, because I am slowly rolling over to
Yeah.
the other side. And the
Oh,
more
yeah.
I experience, and I've experienced a lot.
Yeah.
I've had a SWAT team put me down in the middle of a road
Baby,
with
we've
guns
been
on me.
profiled. I've
I-
been having run-ins with the cops since I was like 13 years
Yeah.
old.
And I have still said, wow, I couldn't go into a building with a guy with a gun in it and save somebody. I could. So I think like, wow, these guys really are trying to help and be of service and save lives. So I even said like, thank you for your service. But bottom line, I pay your bills. I pay your bills. You work for us. And we are under commercial law, but I'm not. I'm common law. I'm a human being who pays your way. And all the street systems, everything that's
I
occurring
love
out
when
there.
they send the videos too. I pay taxes too.
Well, great.
Yeah, out of the money that I pay you.
Right. So they're just getting it back and it doesn't come back to us. But either way, like
We're gonna contest it.
I'm going to
and
contest it.
We'll keep you guys posted on
And
what
there's
happens.
Two of us. I mean, hopefully he doesn't even show up. I'm hoping I don't even have to go to court. I'm going to be doing
You
some
want to
things
know
before
something?
that.
I hope he does show up so he can lie under oath
Oh,
in
yeah.
the court of law.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. He had nothing.
How do you explain, if we're going with the flow of traffic, that everybody's going 95 miles an hour.
You know what? I wonder if that's why a lot of them don't show up.
Yeah, because they lie.
'Cause they lie.
It's just about a paycheck. Do you know what everyone does, especially in LA,
Paycheck
honey?
and a pension.
Do you know what everyone does? They just pay that ticket.
I know.
So they don't have to go and do
Majority of
anything.
people do.
Yeah, and I'm not doing that. I'm not adding more into the
Maybe
system.
ain't gonna pay that shit no more. So
No.
that's a couple exciting things that's happened to us.
And just to add on to this, I think we said this in the car. This is probably the impetus for us, the kind of nudge we needed, because we've been talking
That's
about
what
this
we
for
were saying.
3 years at least.
Yeah.
And we're nervous and we're scared because we have our parents saying, like, don't do it. You'll go to prison. You'll do all
Right.
these things. But this is our God-given right.
I think so.
And
And this
I-
was the nudge, so because we're fucking done paying taxes, people.
Yeah.
We're done paying taxes.
But this is all for entertainment purposes.
We're done getting fucking pulled over.
But this is all
Yes,
for
it's all
entertainment,
for entertainment purposes,
We're
everybody.
not saying anything. We're
This is just
having
an
fun.
entertaining podcast.
But done. Dunzos. Why are you fucking the microphone right now?
Because this was a good episode. I was fired
You
up
fired
about
up?
it. Boom, give me a high five.
Yeah, fired up to get our lives back.
So you just heard car crashes, tickets, new carpets, all kinds of good stuff happening.
But
in
you know what
these
else?
nuts lives.
Like, is it time to leave LA? Like, is that?
Oh, honey, it was time to leave LA a decade ago.
I know. We got to figure out. You guys.
It's time to leave California.
After you listen to this, give us suggestions of where we should live. Like,
Where should
tell
we
us
go?
where it's dope and beautiful and zero crimes
Where
and
should we go?
utopia and nice. Give it to us. Give it to us. And we like, old school kind of stuff, like vintagey old towns.
We like
little
old
tiny
towns that have a main street called Main Street.
Yeah.
It's got the old bank there still. It's got the old shoe store there. It's got the old meat butcher guy.
Yeah, like
over
people who
here.
still have skills.
Yeah. People
That's
where
what
you
we
go to-
want.
you're like, oh, old Jerry the butcher.
Because
Bob the shoe guy.
we're putting this out in the ether, and we'll talk more about this, but Sean and I want to have our own vintage holiday, especially vintage Halloween museum that has
Not that we want to. We're
going to, yeah, but we need to find the perfect place for it.
We will, honey. The
Help
perfect
us,
place is out
guys.
there. The
Help
perfect
us.
place
Do you
out
want
there.
this in your little cute ass town? Tell us.
Oh,
Not in California,
Okay.
even though I love the weather. Oh, the weather also has to be great.
Okay. We're not going to talk about the weather. We're going to end on that note. This was a good one, honey.
This is good. We're fired up.
We got it out.
Fire it up.
Fire it up! Fire it up!
Can't
The
wait to see
Crow,
The Crow.
everybody. There's a Crow remake coming out. Getting
No,
a
it
lot
already
of hate.
came out.
Getting a lot. Oh yeah, by this time it's out, and we have seen it already, and we'll talk
Gosh,
about that.
I have to keep coaching him. It's just like I'm sitting here waving at him because I knew he was going to say it's going to come out.
Yeah.
But this isn't going to come out till way after that.
Okay, everybody.
All right.
Bye for now.
Stay nutty, everybody.
Kimses.
Kisses.
Bethany
Bethany
and Sean.
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts talking